How many of you have fought a lifelong battle with our bodies? I'm not talking about facing actual health challenges, but issues created by us in our society driven perceptions. Body shaming, binging, neglect, anorexia, and the like. We hurl abuse on ourselves as casually as if our bodies were immune to them. Hi, I'm Sana Chawla and the author of the book The Magic Within. And in today's episode, I bring to you a thought-provoking topic. Is your body your friend or your foe? My protagonist today, Shilpi Mehta, faced major health challenges and still managed to treat her body with respect and mindfulness. This is her story. Exhausted and weakened by the 10 punishing chemotherapy sessions I had undergone, the medication had entirely annihilated the strength I once had. It was one of those days when my physical frailty was trying to evade my mental well-being, which had persevered so far. I was caving into the weakness of the moment, and a voice hollered out to my weary self to give up the battle I had been fighting for the last 6 months. Could I continue to fight the cancer cells that were growing in my body, or would I succumb to this moment of darkness? It was late in the evening and I dragged myself to the bathroom and splashed water on my face. As the water trickled over me, I collected myself and snapped out of negative thoughts. As a practitioner of Nichiren's philosophy of Buddhism, I had learned that our challenge, moment by moment, is to continue striving to create maximum value and never to defeat or give up, regardless of the obstacles we may encounter. It was this teaching that never failed to connect me back to life's bounty so many times during my illness. However, this wasn't the first time I had encountered adversity. My life's narrative has been wrapped in balls and chains since my early days. Born with copious allergies, I was a rather pale child who literally dodged death 3 times before I started walking, which wasn't until I was 18 months old. To commemorate the milestone and with the uncertainty of my survival, a constant threat, my parents hired a professional photographer to capture my existence for eternity. Today, life skills are an important part of school's curriculum defined by the World Health Organization. But back in the 80s, it used to be defined by your family life at home and not by your school. Although my parents never received any professional guidance to teach us life skills, they clearly understood the requirements of their 3 children based on instinct, careful observation, and unconditional love. All 3 of our siblings were brought up with a tailor-made plan that totally catered to our distinct personalities. While I received training in being physically fit from my father, my mother nurtured me in other ways. She spun a spiritual suspender and hung my life on it. Today, these 2 valuable life skills help me sidestep unhappy situations. I grew up in Dehradun, a small hill station in India, known for its prestigious schools and idyllic surroundings. I was subject to a great deal of bullying at school. Luckily, my love for sports, especially running, kept me connected to my school and gave me recognition. It was, however, a lonely phase as I did not have friends, something most people recognize as vital during those formative years. A feeling that has lingered even though I shared a strong bond with my mother. In an ironic twist, and despite my depressing experience at school, I followed my passion and chose to become an educator. My first job was at a residential school within the Shivalink range in Mussoorie. It was a place known as the Queen of Hills and was named during India's imperial times. The hill station truly lives up to the name it has been graced with. Call me biased, but I don't see beauty beyond Mussoorie. Working in a peaceful local surrounded by serenity and tranquility gave me the opportunity to introspect and dwell deeply within my life. The time spent in Mussoorie helped me realize how daily life can become so mentally exhaustive we fail to learn the lessons that various situations present us and find ourselves stuck in a loop that's difficult to break from. And so, we try to look for solutions to those situations externally, even though the solutions are right there within the situation itself. Spending time in Mussoorie gently nurtured in me the art of sitting and connecting with my inner self, the inner self that I did not even know existed. Amidst the serenity of valleys and mountains, I got the opportunity to listen to the inner rhythm that exists inside each one of us and communicates with us, but not only when we provide a patient ear. Nichiren Daishonin's Buddhism. Even though I was familiar with the term absolute happiness, I was totally ignorant of how to apply the concept to my daily life. When I read Nichiren's philosophy of Buddhism, I was attracted to its completely different approach towards the miseries we go through. It says, the true happiness is not the question of not having any problem at all, but rather of developing the confidence that when problem arises, it can be transformed. Our sufferings can be transformed into happiness. Although being a mother made me exquisitely happy and enriched my life like I never imagined, it also escalated my health issues. I suffered from mastitis and urinary tract infections, and together with the epileptic seizures that I suffered from, it left me physically exhausted and emotionally crushed. Why was this happening to me? I was filled with so many questions. Nam-myoho Renge-kyo. I started attending the study meetings and group chanting sessions. The reverberation from chanting the verse Nam-myoho Renge-kyo was rejuvenating. My whole body felt refreshed each time I chanted, while the full verse and its profound meaning helped me attain the human revolution I was seeking. Nam-myoho Renge-kyo is an expression of determination towards self and towards making positive changes in ourselves and in our environment. It's the rhythm of expanding my lesser self to a greater self that exists within each one of us and aims to bring harmony between the two. It is a form of guidance that works as a mystic law for protection against any suffering by leading us to the state of absolute happiness. Let us pause here and listen to the inner hum of our bodies. Do you need a root shock or a warning signal before you start working with your body consciously? Shilpi continues, little did I know that Buddhism was fabricating a soft cushion around me to help me cope with the harsh winds that I was soon to face. Last July, I decided to visit my gynecologist as we were planning to have a third child. The visit went smoothly until I told the doctor about the lump I had developed on my left breast. She performed an ultrasound and with a solemn face immediately referred me to a breast surgeon. Once again, an ultrasound was performed and a biopsy done. The words ductal carcinoma echoed in the room, but I didn't break down. I took the news of my new reality of triple negative ductal carcinoma with dry eyes and a strong heart. It didn't take me long to emotionally prepare myself for what lay ahead. I knew the journey I was about to begin wouldn't be easy, but I stood taller than I had imagined. The treatment started almost immediately. I was prescribed 12 cycles of chemotherapy before my surgery, followed by 34 sessions of radiotherapy. I must admit that the ordeal was a ride full of bumps and hitches. The numerous tests, needles and side effects completely drained me physically, but the life force within me was stronger than any of the challenges I was facing. It did not let me go down the drain of darkness. My illness helped me realize the concept of Pratik Buddha, the Buddha in every one of us. My treatment is on the verge of completion, but my mission is already taking shape: to touch lives in a meaningful way, to contribute to the well-being of others and to help them achieve a state of absolute happiness. Like Shilpi, many of us will eventually find that it is worth the trouble to be in tune with our bodies through a spiritual practice. Perhaps, and I urge you to think about this, perhaps being in harmony with your bodies is the only true spiritual experience, for without a strong body, it may even become cumbersome to practice spiritual exercises. Give your physical body love and release, forgiveness and acceptance. Go on, make your body your best friend. It is a friendship that will stand you in good stead. Thank you so much, my friends, for listening. I'm signing off now and until the next one. See you again.